Looks solid to make it, and others are chasing a spot.
Absolutely, and this is when you want to play your best basketball in the regular season. Coming down the stretch can be a mental drag, but rewarding for some clubs. This is when playoff spots are secure.
Here are the starters for Los Angeles. George and Leonard are the forwards. Bones Highland is out there with Harden, and it's Zubac in at the center position. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line. Steve, this current Clippers group, they're changing the identity of this franchise.
Hey, Kevin, you know this. For a long time, they couldn't get right, winning just one playoff series during their first 27 seasons in L.A. Now the Clippers expect to make postseason runs.
Harden's shot is good.
And what control from Harden inside, adjusting his shot perfectly for that short-range make.
Here's White. Count that one.
And his presence as a scorer, it just has a calming effect for the rest of the team. He's a fallback option whenever they need him.
Now here's Leonard. A dependable source of points for his team, averages just under 24 points a game. Here's Caruso. DeRozan against Leonard. Shot clock at 6. Here's Dosunmu. With the clock winding down and slam dunk by Vucevic.
Nice hustle from Nikola on the offensive glass, protecting the play and finishing it strong.
And they're bringing you up close and personal on the AT&T 5G Slam Cam.
And maybe it's the adrenaline talking, but they're 1 for 4 to start this game. Need to settle down.
And once he got to the 10, I think he was surprised to find himself that wide open.
Wow, that's a defensive breakdown. Can't do that against good scores.
Really just struggling here in the first few minutes. 5 attempts with only 1 falling.
White looking around. Leonard with the steal. Now here's Harden. He's tightly guarded. And here's George for 3. It's hauled in by the Bulls. Vucevic has got his 4th rebound in this one. From 7. And it's in off the backboard. Vucevic has got 6.
They have really found a rhythm here early. 4 for 5 to start this game.
And the Clippers decide to take their first timeout here. A guy who gives his team, Steve, a ton of energy out on the floor is Kobe White.
Kevin, he's definitely a spark plug, pushing the pace and trying to fire up his guys. Players love having someone like that on the floor with them.
And the Bulls with possession. Good momentum, 8 straight points. To the paint. Here's DeRozan. Second shot opportunity, and it's good on the way.
Well, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. They keep getting it in the paint and continue to score consistently.
George passes to Harden. Los Angeles with another miss.
And I thought that was going to drop. It looked good from here.
Now here's Dosunmu, guarded by Harden. And 2 shots coming up at the line as he gets fouled on the shot. And the foul called on Los Angeles. LGA for the Bulls. It's been a struggle to find consistency the past few seasons.
And a battle of the bigs tonight, Graham. Something we're seeing a little more of lately.
And you know this league is a copycat league. And right now the trend is about teams looking for size and skill. Big guys who can pretty much do everything. That's the thing about the NBA. It's always adapting and always evolving.
Now the opening lineup for the Los Angeles Clippers. George and Kawhi, the talented forward pair. Bones Highland out there with James Harden. And it's Zubac in at the center position. Here's Dosunmu. And that's good. His first bucket of the game.
Gotta fight harder to get over those screens.
Yeah, as soon as these guys feel contact, they are just disappearing like they're not even there. You gotta show some fire and keep defending.
Now here's Highland. Left side, Harden. Kicks it to George. The 3 ball. He drops it from range. George has got 5.
And great range is a big part of why George is a high-level scorer.
Caruso up top. 17 points in his last outing. White on the wing to the middle. Here's Vucevic. And Vucevic slams it in.
He gives up a bit of size at the center position, but his leaping ability, well, let's just say that makes up for it.
All right, Grant, talking about Ivica Zubac, what do you like most about his game?
Well, just his defensive presence. I mean, he's willing to challenge shots at the rim, refusing to give anything easy.
You got to be careful when guarding Harden. He's so crafty at finding ways to draw fouls.
Recently, James Harden has brought renewed focus to his playmaking, Richard.
Make no mistake, B.A., he's still a gifted scorer, but yeah, he's been facilitating way more, leading the league in assists, just reminding everybody how cunning his game is, that he can beat you with his passing.
And it's out of bounds. Last touch by Zubac.
Remains Chicago ball.
Just over a minute and a half in. Here's DeRozan.
On D, Leonard is almost inescapable. He completely smothers shooters with his reach.
Out to the right wing. Here's Zubac. Oh, and makes it with the kiss.
I like the intention, the focus, finding a way to make it work inside.
The Bulls have gone just 2 for 4 from the floor. White against Highland. Sumo on the wing. Clock at 6. Tries a 10-footer. It's tipped. Vucevic gets the bucket. Here in the first, just under 2.5 minutes played so far. And the foul on Alex Caruso. That's foul number 2 for him.
2 fouls for him already. If he's not more careful, his minutes will be curtailed.
The Bulls making a switch here. Terry's checked in. Ooh, and Leonard throws it down.
Meet your point guard. Harden stirs the drink for you as effectively as he scores.
The Bulls have gone 3 of 6 from the floor. It's stolen by Highland. And we're going to have a jump ball.
Jump ball. It'll be a jump ball.
And so here is Chicago. Highland against White. And we're about 3 minutes into this first quarter. Five on the clock. Oh, and there's a one-hand jam.
I tell you, a little extra pressure on D when you're up against a point guard who can elevate.
It doesn't make it easy, does it?
Yeah, hard to strategize for a guy who can make a pass or a play like this right in your face.
Zubac's shot is off.
Yeah, we're not used to seeing him get bottled up like that. Wow.
And blocked. That one goes careening off the glass. They recover it. White for 3. It's hauled in by the Clippers. They beat the Bulls during their last encounter in Chicago.
Oh, my. Talk about mental toughness. The crowd was roaring against them. They were able to focus and finish the task at hand.
And the mental game you talk about, a lot comes down to coaching, having your players focused.
You're not going to find many better two-way players than George. He gets after it at both ends every night.
Here's Terry. Now covers. Knocked away. And it's the Clippers on the break. And Harden with the slam.
Assisted by
that has to hurt if you're the defense. Harden getting fancy with the jam.
Timeout called here. Chicago decides to talk it over. You know, over his career, Paul George has racked up more than his fair share of accolades, Grant.
Well, he's a fixture at All-Star Weekend, that's for sure. Now, he's made the All-Defensive team more than a few times. He's had an outstanding career.
Pass to Plumlee. Out to Powell. On the wing, Harden. The Clippers got to hurry. Late clock here. And Tucker gets it to go. All right, let's take a look at the energy stats, how the hustle game has been going for Los Angeles.
From the very start of this game, they have been giving the ball handlers trouble, using good pressure to force turnovers and get steals.
Another stat they're doing well is in blocks. They're keeping their hands up and closing out quickly on shooters.
And they can't get the first one.
First team foul. At the line for
He's off on the second. And so it's George with it. He brings it up for Los Angeles. It's a 10-point game. They're moving on after the tough loss at the hands of the Pelicans.
I really didn't see much of an edge from them. A little more intensity could have gone a long way.
Yeah, you hate to be critical, but that's part of our job. You have to call it the way we see it. That night, they were flat.
And there's the foul. Will go on DeMar DeRozan. That's his first foul.
And this kind of selflessness is great to see. Textbook positioning to draw the charge.
And the Clippers making a change here. Mann's checked in. Now here's Powell. He had a 15-point outing in their last game against New Orleans.
And he played cat and mouse with the defense, baiting them into fouls, working himself to the line.
Here's Terry. It's a 10-point game. To halt the run. The rebound by Mann.
And you got to give credit to the D for never giving up on the play and doing just enough to bother him at the rim.
It's impossible to win when you give up second and third chances to score.
29 seconds left to play in the first. Pass to DeRozan. There's 18 seconds left in the first quarter of the game. Here's Drummond. The Bulls with another miss. George scanning the floor. Can't drop the tough three-pointer. 1 second left. No good on